Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. I'm going to do the technical analysis on oil and natural gas, or daily technical analysis. I'll give you my financial opinion. Please don't use it as advice. And we're going to jump right in and knock this stuff out. So we've got crude oil here. We've got kind of a trend line, I'd say, coming through this general vicinity here. And I think maybe we have a little bit more of a pullback to maybe this line at about $95 if we can get it. And if that's the case, we'll see if that support holds. This has been very resilient. I do think we have problems ahead of us. I don't think we're going to get a huge pullback in oil, but that is an opinion. It's not a fact. And I'll go over some data later today on some things that I'm seeing in the markets and some opinions of some Saudi Arabia kings and how we're basically going short in every single energy market. Not a very good move worldwide when you're going short on energy just in general. So I don't think that we're going to see a huge pullback, but again, I don't know the future. And we're right on support. We got support right underneath it, and we have support underneath it here. Natural gas, it tried moving lower, and the buyers came in and bought it back up. And we'll see if we get a larger correction over on the right-hand side here. We might. We are in between summer and winter and summer. We're in the springtime. And sometimes the demand for natural gas is a little bit weaker in that time of the year. XOP, yeah, you know me. We have support underneath it, but we still have this large down day yesterday. Will that momentum continue lower? I'd like to see the buyers step in here and support it right where it's at for me to get the confidence to load in here again. We've got nice good support under here. You can see all these wicks on the bottom of these candlesticks. The buyers are coming in and buying it. I just don't like seeing these large sell-off days before it. It means there's some momentum behind it. But yeah, it's looking a lot better than at least yesterday. We just need the buyers to continue in here to give a little bit of support. CDEV coming back here a little bit below the chart pattern. This is a ascending wedge. We have broken to the downside. Maybe we get all the way down here. If we do, I would consider that to be a buying opportunity. Crude energy, another one that's been holding up relatively strong. We are above all of its support areas. Big picture view, we have two small down candlesticks with a large big candlestick. Usually that means you want to go higher. So that's looking good. CPE is another one, getting a little bit more selling pressure. It's starting to find support when looking across at this level here. So we're finding support right there, and we'll see if it holds. Athabasca oil getting a little bit more buying pressure right where it's at. This is a beast of a company. That's all I'll say there. Recaf getting a little bit of buying pressure right where it's at. We'll see if this can hold. CPG is also sitting on top of a support area. There's support all through this general vicinity right where it's at. We'll see if that holds. We have run into sellers every time we've come up to this area. So there's strong resistance up here every time we try to pass through it. Northern oil and gas coming on back a little bit. We are above this trend line pattern. I do like this where it's at. GTE, another one that's trying to break through that long-term resistance line, and we keep buying and selling all around it. Could we come back a little bit? Yeah, we could, but all that's going to be is a better buying opportunity, and we could come back into that general vicinity, or maybe even I'll do a full retest. It's possible. I'm not saying it's likely. I'm just saying it's possible. Tellurian coming in this general vicinity, I think, is a strong case to be looking at it. It's a strong resistance line going across, and usually I like buying on the resistance lines. We do have a hammer pattern here, and we'll see if the buyers come in and push it higher. Podevco going sideways. Oasis getting a little bit of a sell-off, but we got these wicks on the bottom saying there's some buying pressure at that area. CRK, another one. You can see this pattern, guys. You always see this pattern, and then maybe we can get lucky and it comes back just like natural gas might pull back. If we are lucky enough, that would be a good opportunity to pick up shares. SD, another one that's been moving sideways, getting a little bit of buying pressure in that general vicinity down there. We'll see if that continues and holds. We're back doing a retest on Ring Energy, another area that I like. ZPTAF, another one that's been holding steady. These really haven't pulled back in the face of this stock market sell-off in relationship to a lot of the other sectors. Tamarack Valley doing a full retest almost. Crescent Energy moving sideways. Vermilion Energy moving sideways for the most part. Getting a little bit of support right there. We'll see if that holds. Meg Energy, a little bit of a down day. It's got a hammer candlestick almost on a retest. I like, you know how I like my retest, guys. I think, that reminded me of Chris Rock. He goes, you know how I like my women? I like my women like I like my coffee, Brazilian or Colombian or whatever he said. So I thought that was kind of funny. OIH coming on up. You can see this pattern. I see it all the time. It's probably getting closer to a full pullback at some point. It's in a ABC, like a corrective phase, a small corrective phase. TTI moving sideways. Rig. This is Transocean. I mean, it's a little down day to day. We're still above the pattern. This is the pattern. This guy right here. You could probably grab this guy and do even a longer type time frame through there. And we hit our head on that time frame, but broke the shorter term time frame here. We do have a larger candlestick, 2 small down days. That's usually bullish, but that week isn't done yet. I know, I get it. This one also is getting that corrective phase. You can see the pattern here. Usually has a pattern that does that and then comes back down like that, usually. So we might get a better buying opportunity soon. In PUMP, we're seeing that pattern exhibited, and then it does a corrective phase and then pulls back, maybe comes back to the breakout line, do a full retest or so. Valaris moving on up. You can see that pattern starting to develop. They all have that type of pattern. MMA offshore, getting some buying pressure here. We might move a little bit higher on that one. Tidewater, you can see the pattern there. Probably going to head a little bit lower. It all depends on money flows, guys. If money comes into this sector and oil goes higher, these patterns can distort and move upward. So it's not 100%, and that's why I don't use those patterns 100% of the time. They can easily distort these in an upward fashion like that one has. But a little bit of buying pressure there today. KLXE moving sideways for the most part. I hope we get back here, guys. I mean, I'm getting excited about some of this. I'm getting excited. CHX getting that hammer pattern right on support. I like seeing that. Cactus Energy pulling back a little bit. 9, another one moving sideways. OII. This is Oceaneering International, right on support, and we'll see if that support holds. There's your support area. Noble Energy getting a little bit of a pullback. You can kind of see this kind of head and shoulder pattern here. Maybe it pulls back a little bit. HLX, Helix Energy Solutions, just moving sideways on the short term. CGGYY. We hit our head on this resistance line, kind of pulled back from it. Still looks fine though. This is Petrofac. Petrofac, still looking good up there. We might pull back a little bit. This is a bearish engulfing right there. McCoy Global, I don't know if this one's traded for a little bit. It's been the same. Diamond Offshore getting sold off. This one, actually, I'm not going to jump in front of this, but I'm going to buy this. If it continues to go lower, I'm going to buy get some shares there. And this is, coal down there. But overall, guys, I mean, it's held up incredibly well. The exploration companies have, in the face of this kind of sell everything environment. The sector's looking quite strong. We could still have a little bit of momentum to work off. Energy services, I think we might have a little bit more time to work off here. The exploration companies look strong, but again, we've got some big candlesticks coming down. That means momentum and power. I want to make sure that that's kind of out of our system before I'm like, yeah, it's good to go. If you're aggressive as heck and you want to do a little bit of sprinkling, that's up to you. I mean, you can do whatever you want. Again, I don't have advice. Oil and natural gas are very good sectors. They are going to do, I think, incredible things. I think uranium is going to do incredible things over the long term. The energy sectors are going to do very well over the next 10, 15 years, I think. And we've got the liquidity coming in from the demographics. That's why I talk about the American real estate market. That liquidity, remember, these are priced in dollars. The liquidity coming into the system, the weakness of the dollar pushes these things up. And people prefer to put money into energy related assets, inflation protection assets, put it that way. So I do think these are going to be really good. I think that we are coming up soon for some of them for buy points. And if you guys want to know exactly what I'm doing, how I'm playing it, subscribe to the Platinum membership and the Finding Value website. I give updates on there. I'm going to do a midweek update for it. We have a question and answer session this Saturday, and I'll give you my opinions there. I think we're just early. We are early in this commodity bull market. If you look at the last commodity bull markets, when you're early, it's volatile. You get pushed all over the place. We are fresh into an expansionary phase. I'm going to give an update on that as well for the real estate market. And we'll go over all that stuff, guys. Give me a thumb up for the content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Subscribe to the website, Platinum membership if you want that. And I'll catch you later. This is Finding Value.